have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembele, and Dembele scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In this last episode, we've done the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and Chelsea got the job done over Stuttgart. We don't know if it's actually going to happen in real life. So yeah, even though one of my favorite YouTuber channels is only going to feature some of the cup finals and such, I decided to do all of them just in case we features all of them. So yeah, but yeah, in the previous episode, we've done the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup Final and Chelsea got the job done. That would be the predicted scoreline for the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup Final, which will be happening in my favorite YouTube channel. But anyway, today's episode is going to be the UEFA Cup Final, and it's going to be Lazio taking on Internazionale. Lazio is actually a pretty underrated team. They had probably one of the best players like Diego Simeone, Arne Crespo, and the list goes on and on. Whereas Internazionale, one of the best teams of all time. So yeah, I would be surprised to see if Lazio actually wins this match, but Internazionale is probably one of the best teams of Italy, so yeah, I don't think Lazio may actually win this one, but yeah, I would say all I can say is just good luck to Lazio team because they're really gonna need it because when they're up against this crazy Internazionale side. But before we actually get to the match, let's take a look at their road to the final because some of the teams that they verse might have some interesting results or controversial results. So yeah, let's just get headed to it. Alright guys, we're here to see the road to the final for both these sides. But first, let's start with Lazio. So Lazio's first opponent was up against Vitória Guimarães. And they actually had two good players that actually went to join the big clubs like Pavel Nedved and Alejandro Nesta. So they were actually there at Lazio first before actually becoming one of the best players, but they actually got the job done over Vitória Guimarães 4-0 at home at the Estadio de Alonso Enriquez in Guimarães. So yeah, and in the second leg, let's go to the second leg actually. I don't know where it is. Somewhere right there. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, I'm trying to find the. Yeah, there it is. Second leg. We're up to the second leg already. Yeah, there it is. So actually, Vitória Guimarães in the second leg actually beat them 2 goals. I mean, they actually beat them. They actually scored first with that goal from Parc, but then Signori and Pavel Nedved actually got the game going for Lazio. And to be fair, Lazio would have easily won this game 6-1 on aggregate, and they actually moved on. It was probably one of the easiest fixtures here for Lazio, so not a surprise to see them win over one of the opponents here. But now let's go to the second round, and their second opponent is actually up against a Russian club named Rotor Volograd. So Rotor Volograd is actually probably one of the tyrannical club. At the first leg, it was actually a 0-0 draw at Volograd in Central Stadium. However, as you already know, Lazio did actually win this game, but by how much though? We need to check though. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Lazio destroyed them at the Stadio Olimpico, 3-0 over Rotor Volograd. So they moved on to the third round, where they're up against Rapid Vienna, probably one of the toughest match for Lazio, because Rapid Vienna somehow might actually pull something off out of their hat. So who knows if they could win this match? But anyway, Lazio got the job done in the first leg thanks to a goal from Venturin. Or actually, that was the second leg. The first leg is somewhere there. Yeah, the first leg they actually won 2-0 at Austria in Vienna. But in the second leg, like I showed you earlier by accident, Lazio got the job done 1-0, and that's the reason how they won this game. And moving on, their quarterfinal fixture was against Auxerre, where they actually won a gutsy game, 3-2, thanks to a goal from Kaziragi. Lazio won the first leg and had to carry that 1-0 lead in France, where actually there could have actually been a chance for Lazio to win this match, actually. I mean, for Auxerre to win this match. There were plenty of chances. I mean, Lazio were the ones that actually dominated. They scored 2 goals. Auxerre actually came back. They were like equalized in normal time, but on leg, Lazio actually won this on aggregate 3-2. And that's how Lazio made a move to the semi-finals, where they were up against Atletico Madrid. Probably one of the toughest match in Lazio's life, I would say. And Lazio actually got an upset in the first leg, where they actually won the game 1-0, which was actually taking place in the Vicente Calderon Stadium in Madrid, also known as the Metropolitano. And yeah, Lazio managed to get the away goal, and because of this, Lazio managed to hold on in the second leg, and that's how they won this match in the semi-finals, and they already made it to the finals. But anyway, let's take a look at first leg for Internazionale. I'm pretty sure the first leg for Internazionale was pretty easy because they're one of the best clubs ever. Yep, against Newcastle like Samax. Nothing to talk about it. Got the job done 4-0. Got to speed things up a bit. Internazionale, however, in the second round had a tough match against Lyon. So let's actually take a look at the first leg here. Yeah, Lyon actually had the win against Internazionale in the first leg, thanks to a goal from Giuli, and then even though Gans did equalize, Caveglia actually scored the penalty goal to put Lyon in front and carried that in the second leg at home. However, Lyon actually choked. That allowed Internazionale to actually have a comeback thanks to a goal from Moreiro. Even though Lyon did actually score that goal to equalize, Moreiro actually gave Internazionale the lead. And that's how they actually won this game on aggregate 4-3. Moving on to third round, their next match was also a pretty crucial game. They were up against Strasbourg, and obviously Strasbourg got the job done. They actually defeated Internazionale in the first leg itself, thanks to 2 goals. However, Internazionale in the second leg had a crazy comeback thanks to a goal from R9 actually. Yeah, R9 surprisingly played for Internazionale. Well, not a surprise, he actually moved to Internazionale. Then Javier Zanetti and Diego Simeone. Well, Diego Simeone actually played for Inter before he moved to Lazio, fun fact. But Javier Zanetti, an Inter legend, scored that goal, and then R9, the Brazilian GOAT, scored the opening goal. Zanetti scored the equalizing goal, and then Simeone scored the match-winning goal, which meant that Lazio moved on to the quarterfinals, where they were up against Schalke, where R9 scored the opening goal in the Schalke leg, the first leg at San Siro. However, in the second leg itself, Schalke did actually bounce back. Gossens actually scored the 90th minute goal, which actually put it into extra time. But West scored the early goal in extra time, and that's how Internazionale took the lead. Just a sec, just need to get this thing off, sorry. But yeah, like I initially checked this one, West. I'm not sure if West is actually Taribo West. It's a Nigerian former football player, and that was actually taking place in Gelsenkirchen. But yeah, West actually scored the vital goal for Internazionale, and that's how Inter actually won the game and moved on to the semi-finals, where they were up against Spartak Moscow. Well, Spartak Moscow was an easy club after those very tough opponents, where they were up against Lyon, Auxerre, and what was the quarterfinal match? Schalke. Internazionale finally had an easier leg, where they're up against Spartak Moscow, and obviously no mistakes here from this informed team, Internazionale, and that's how they managed to win this game. An R9 brace in the second leg, and that's how Internazionale made it to the finals. I really cannot wait to see how things will be going there. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, let's just say our final words before we get to the match. And there you have it, folks. We've already taken a look at the road to the finals for these two sides. Lazio's road to the finals was slightly easy, I would say. However, Rapid Vienna and Atletico Madrid was probably one of the two toughest sides for Lazio to verse. But still, Lazio managed to hold on, and that's how they reached the finals. They actually deserved to be in the finals. However, Inter's 3 matches in the road to the final was pretty tough. In the second round, they were up against Lyon. They actually managed to score a comeback. Then the third round, they were up against Strasbourg, where Strasbourg scored 2 goals, but International did the comeback in the second leg and scored 3 unanswered goals on this French team, Strasbourg, and that's how they made it to the quarterfinals, where they were up against Schalke. Even though Inter did score that only goal, Schalke did equalize in the second leg, which they have to take it to extra time, in which Taribo West actually scored the match-winning goal for Internazionale, and that's how Inter won that match. Semi-finals was kind of breeze for Inter. They managed to beat Spartak Moscow, and now they're in the finals against Lazio, which is actually an all-Italian affair, an all-Italian UEFA Cup Final. We're just going to see who's going to win this match. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to the stadium to see Lazio taking on Internazionale. I have a feeling it is going to be very close. It's going to be tits for tats. So yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. Alright guys, we're here to see Lazio taking on Internazionale. Probably the 2 best Italian clubs at that time. I really cannot wait to see who's going to win. Especially Internazionale's 3 matches to the road to the final was pretty intense. It was very tough, honestly. But somehow Inter managed to pull that off. And they deserve to actually reach the finals. But in real life, Internazionale are actually in the Champions League finals. And they're versing Paris Saint-Germain. And now they're actually playing in Paris Saint-Germain's home ground against Lazio. Because this is actually their home ground. Alright guys, we're here to see the starting lineup for Lazio first. Well, but before that, we're going to take a look at them shaking hands, obviously. But as I honestly said, this was actually as part of the 98 UEFA Cup Final, where in which Lazio and Internazionale... I mean, Lazio has already they've reached the finals. They had only 2 tough opponents there, where they were up against Rapid Vienna and Atletico Madrid. But they somehow managed to win those fixtures. But yeah, I mean, this is Lazio starting 11. Ciro Immobile, Zaccagni, Philippe Anderson, Luis Alberto, Romagnoli, Casale, Marusic, Provedel. Yeah. Pretty tough sides, I would say, for good underrated players, I would say, for Lazio. And this is Inter's starting 11. Jan Sommer. The keeper, Bastoni, Shalanoglu, Barella, Fratesi, Thuram, Martinez, Di Marco. Inter's lineup is basically pretty, they're defensive. That's why they have their left wing backs and right wing backs there. So I have a feeling it's going to be pretty tough. And for some reason, the camera is showing the players there. So I may have to pause this one for a second. But yeah, so don't go anywhere, guys. Alright guys, we're back to the classic camera here. So I don't know how it actually went to co-op. It was actually in co-op camera. The camera right there. But anyway, I fixed it right now. And Inter are already on the attack. Lautaro Martinez is the one that actually carries it into the box. But Provedel makes a pretty good save. Especially what Lazio pretty needed. Because they have not been tested pretty much. I mean, yeah, they versed 2 tough opponents. Where they had like Rapid Vienna and... Atletico Madrid, but still. Anyway, Inter have already conceded a very bad tackle, and it's Dumfries that is probably the one in crime that has done that, and because of it, Dumfries has actually been sent off. He actually did a bad tackle on one of the players there. I don't know who the player is, but yeah, looks like Internazionale are already a man down, and they even have to sub Thuram in for Mkhitaryan, the Armenian player. That means Inter have already lost their one striker, and that was Marcus Thuram. And now Lazio have the opportunity to actually pounce on the attack. Can they score? They do. And I don't know who the goal scorer is, because I actually kind of zoned out when I saw the red card and the substitution here. But anyway, Luis Alberto is actually the player that has actually scored the goal. Just got to take a look at how he did that. Just did a one-on-one dribble and then managed to score this one past Jan Sommer. And Jan Sommer didn't even made an attempt on the save. He just literally just went for it. Like, he went for it, but like it wasn't enough. Couldn't extend his hands pretty much. And with that, Lazio have the opening lead over Internazionale, who are actually one of the favourites to win this match, but now since they've lost one of their wing backs, the tables have turned. And now here's Kamada. I'm pretty sure he was the player that got tackled by Dumfries, and now Lazio are on the attack. Ciro Immobile has it. Still Immobile. Immobile finds Zaccagni, and Lazio out of nowhere have scored 2 quick goals in quick succession. And obviously they deserve to celebrate, because right now Lazio are really performing a better underdog story right here. They're actually one of the underdogs here in this match. But what a pass here from Ciro Immobile, and Zaccagni managed to score this one. And Jan Sommer is really having a nightmare here. I don't know how he couldn't save this one. I'm not sure if it's a very tight angle he actually scored it from, but a goal is a goal. And right now, Lazio, or should we say Latium, because of the EA rights, they couldn't even pay for Lazio to have their own logo, and they have to put Latium as a substitute. Are now 2 goals up. And now here's DiMarco. Still DiMarco. DiMarco crosses it, but Casale managed to get this one away, but still Fratesi has it. DiMarco. He finds DiMarco. DiMarco manages to dribble this one. Can Inter get 1 goal back? They can't, but Inter still have it. Çalhanoğlu finds Barella. Still Barella. Barella tries to shoot from there, but Casale managed to block this one, and now it's a corner kick here for Inter. Remember, Lazio is they're also Italian, so I mean Lazio are also an Italian club, so they're also pretty good defensively as well. But now Inter have an opportunity, especially with a man down here. Can they somehow score a goal? Looks like Çalhanoğlu have to pass shot. He finds Barella. Barella have to cross this one. He finds Bastoni. Bastoni shoots, but what a save from Provedel. And Provedel actually goes long. He actually goes kind of to the side. But I think Inter has it. Now here's Barella. Barella tries to pass it, but he mistimed the pass, and it's going to be a throw in here for Lazio. Or Latium. Finds Zaccagni. Zaccagni with it. Zaccagni finds Luis Alberto. Still Alberto, but what a tackle from Barella. But it's still with Lazio. Hisaj finds Immobile. Immobile finds Cataldi. Cataldi finds Alberto, who's already away for some reason, but just gassed out at the last minute. But Barella has it. Finds Darmian, who's also a former Manchester United player. Mkhitaryan and Darmian are 2 former Manchester United players. Now here's Lautaro Martinez. Probably the only striker to play, because Thuram had to be sacrificed to basically substitute the red-carded player, like I would say. The player who's red-carded, like the area that is red-carded, like literally from the wing-back area. Dumfries got sent off and Thuram had to be subbed off for Mkhitaryan to play there. And now Inter already have a corner. They almost had a chance, but what a block to send that one away. And now Lazio, right there, are on the counter-attack. Felipe Anderson has it. Anderson finds Zaccagni. Zaccagni with a through ball pass to Marusic. Marusic finds Kamada. Back to Marusic. Manages to dribble past Bastoni there. He crosses it, but what a interception here from Acerbi. But Acerbi gets tackled by Zaccagni, and somehow it's a foul conceded by Lazio, so Inter get this one away. Now Acerbi finds Darmian. Damien finds Barella. Barella finds Çalhanoğlu. But what a tackle here from one of the Lazio players. And now Ciro Immobile is on the attack. But can the players tackle him? They do. Damien is actually the one to read him. And right now we're already 2 minutes of added time. Can Inter hold on? Felipe Anderson shoots, but what a save from Jan Sommer. He's actually trying to hold on here, despite conceding 2 early goals. But what a save from Jan Sommer, man. And now it's a corner kick here for Lazio. Luis Alberto is the one to take the corner. Someone has to support him. And who is it? It is Felipe Anderson. Luis Alberto finds Felipe Anderson. Is he going to cross this one? He actually finds Kamada, and Kamada scores the 3rd goal here for Lazio. Inter are really not coming back here. But what a pass though from Felipe Anderson. And Kamada manages to do that in just his first touch of the ball. In one touch, turns into a goal. And Sommer this time could not save this one. But Inter are already in trouble right now. They're down by 3 goals. Can Inter somehow do a madness here in the second half? Looks like it's half time with Lazio having a 3-goal lead over Inter. And as it stands, Lazio might actually be crowned champions. Unless if Inter somehow do a madness in the second half. Half time. It's Lazio 3. Internazionale 0. But looks like we're going to be taking a look at the highlights here, especially with a lot of chances created from Lazio. Especially that opening goal here from Luis Alberto. Jan Sommer could not extend his hands for some reason. And then the second goal created by Ciro Immobile. He found Zaccagni. Zaccagni shoots this one. Sommer just got mudded there. And then there was a chance here. Felipe Anderson, he actually went for the shot. But Sommer made a good save. He made sure that it stays 2-0. But unfortunately, corner taken quickly. Found Felipe Anderson. Anderson found Kamada. And Kamada manages to score that easy goal. And that's how Lazio have a dominating 3-goal lead over Inter. Both of them have 4 shots, but Lazio's chances have been clinical. I mean, we're going to take a look at the shooting here. Lazio had 4 shots on target, whereas Internazionale had 4 shots, 3 shots on target. And then the possession here. Obviously, Lazio had a lot of ball possession. I mean, they have 52% of ball possession. Passing. You got to take a look, credit their pass. Yup. 92% pass accuracy to 84% pass accuracy for Inter. And I really cannot wait to see if Inter can somehow pull a comeback. We're just going to see and find out for the second half, guys. So don't go anywhere, as second half will be coming shortly. Alright, guys. It's the second half with Lazio having to do the kickoff here. And right now, Lazio just basically trying to kill the time here because they already have a 3-goal lead over Inter. I'm not even sure if it's going to happen in real life, but we're just going to see. But looks like Fratesi has it. He finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan finds Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez with a through ball pass to Fratesi. Can Inter score this goal? Fratesi chips it, but it hits the post. I do not know how Fratesi scuffed that chance. But they do have a corner kick to make up for it. But what a chance Inter really had it. Fratesi tried to do the chip kick, but it just hit the post. And Internazionale are really unlucky that they couldn't get the goal here. But can they score this one? Çalhanoğlu actually does a big kick, a big corner kick, crosses it, but Lazio did get this one away, but it's still with Inter. Çalhanoğlu has it. Finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan finds Barella, and Barella scores for Inter. And Inter, they get 1 goal back. Could this be their time to pull off a madness here? And for some reason, Barella didn't even get the ball because they know they're trailing very badly. But what a pass here from Shalanoglu. Found Mkhitaryan, and just like what Kamada did earlier, Barella also scored with just one touch of the football. He did get tackled by the keeper for some reason. But still, Internazionale gave one goal back. But this is really interesting here. But Ciro Immobile is probably one of the Lazio's danger men here. But somehow they managed to tackle him. But can Inter really just do it? Can this be their time? Can Inter channel Liverpool? Anyway, it's Barella with it. Still Barella. Barella finds Lautaro Martinez. But Casale with a good block. Cataldi with it finds Luis Alberto. Alberto finds Immobile. Immobile finds Cataldi. Cataldi finds Luis Alberto. What can Lazio do? Lazio knows that they have this one in the bag, but can they kill time? But Inter really have a perfect, good defensive record here. Now they have an opportunity to pounce them on the counter-attack. Now here's Fratesi. Fratesi finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan with a through ball pass to Lautaro. Lautaro with it. And for some reason, Inter might probably have a chance to come back here with a goal from the captain. Gives Inter fans the chance to roar. But what a pass from Mkhitaryan, who's been doing pretty well. 2 assists already for him. And Lautaro Martinez made sure that he couldn't make a mistake. And that's how Internazionale got their second goal. But man, is this Inter's time to do a madness here? Are they actually going to do it? Are they actually going to beat Liverpool here? What a tackle from Mkhitaryan. It's still Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan finds Lautaro. Lautaro back to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan with the through ball pass to Fratesi, but this time Fratesi couldn't find his man there, and Lazio are probably trying to kill time with a counter-attack. Now here's Cataldi, finds Ciro Immobile. Immobile with it, but the defense is caught napping, and Immobile is trying to take a bit of chance here to go for himself, but Sommer with a good save. We're really having a crazy final here in what could have been a one-sided match to now a crazy final. And now Fratesi actually comes off for Quadrado. And I don't know who was actually coming off for Lazio. It's Hisach for Lazzari. And corner taken quickly here. Felipe Anderson with it. But what a tackle from Quadrado. Quadrado finds Lautaro, but obviously there was one man trying to do the dirty work here, and he couldn't do all by himself. And now Lazio with the chance finds Immobile. Immobile with it. And that might be the goal that could give them victory. Immobile scores what could be the vital goal for Lazio. Manages to dribble past the Inter defenders and score the potential match-winning goal here. But do not go anywhere, as Inter may have a chance to somehow pull a madness here. They're only down by 2 goals in just 12 minutes to go. Jan Sommer tried to save this one, but just too late. But Ciro Immobile, what a goal from him, from the Lazio captain. However, this could be something of an emotional mangle here, as Lautaro Martinez got tackled badly. However, it's a lucky one because it's a warning for the Lazio player. It could have been 10 versus 10 here, because that was a bad tackle. And it's actually Luis Alberto who did the tackle on Lautaro Martinez. And now Inter probably have a chance here. It's Shalanoglu that's taking the free kick. But he goes short. He finds Bastoni because he knows that he couldn't do it from there. Bastoni finds Lautaro Martinez. He tries to find the player, but what a interception here from Casale. And now Felipe Anderson has it. Ciro Immobile with it. Still Immobile. Still Ciro Immobile. But what a tackle from Bastoni. Can Inter somehow pull a madness here? Barella with it. Lautaro Martinez. It's still Lautaro. Lautaro back passes to Barella. Barella finds Lautaro. Still Lautaro. Still Lautaro. Inter's defenders are caught napping here. Can Lautaro have a chance? Still Lautaro. Lautaro shoots. And Inter might actually come back here. 4-3 already. Can they actually do it? They only have 2 minutes left. Provodel could not save this one. But what a goal from the Inter captain. 2 goals already for him. But can this be a chance for Inter to come back here? Now here's Cataldi. How many minutes of added time will be given? 3 minutes of added time. They have to make sure that Inter get the ball. Can they do it? But he gets mudded then. This could be an opportunity. And Sommer with a good save here. But I do not think that Inter may have a chance to score the equalizer. That's what Lazio are doing. They're killing time. And what a save from the Inter keeper. But I do not think that Inter will come back from here. What a chance that was. They really had it, but just not enough. That one vital goal from Ciro Immobile probably made the difference here. And now Lazio are going short here. Felipe Anderson has it. Is he going to just score the match-winning goal? They do. And it's Marusic that scores the match-winning goal for Lazio. And heartbreak for the Inter fans, because they thought Inter were going to come back from being 3 goals down. They gave everything. But Lazio's passion, them holding on, were the reason that they might be crowned UEFA Cup champions. What a pass here from one of the players. And Marusic scored the match-winning goal from Lazio. Made sure that they officially would get the result and job done over Inter. And there we have it. There we have it. Lazio are probably going to be the UEFA Cup champions. And this might actually be the predicted scoreline here. Inter really had the opportunities to come back here, but that unfortunate red card from Dumfries meant that they have to defend. They have to play the remaining minutes. They have to be a player down for the remaining minutes, but they still didn't give up. They still scored some goals, but it just wasn't enough. But fair play from Lazio. They kind of deserve it. But it was an underdog story here for Lazio. But Inter, with the way they were playing, Lazio scored 3 goals. And then Inter almost pulling a comeback here. That would have been a perfect comeback in UEFA Cup history, I would say. But congratulations for Lazio. Sorry, I kind of muttered right there, but congratulations to Lazio for winning this UEFA Cup, as this might be the predicted scoreline, with them winning the game 5-3 in a high-scoring UEFA Cup final. And obviously, they deserve to go to their fans, because their fans were the reason that Lazio made it this far. Obviously, they've had some tough opponents to verse. Obviously, that Atletico Madrid, they versed them in the semi-finals. Somehow managed to pull off an upset. They've done that. Fireworks. And obviously, Lazio, they deserve to be in the photo shoot, as they're the UEFA Cup or UEFA Europa League champions. And obviously the second half highlights had to start after that goal from Kamada. Obviously Inter were 3 goals down, but they didn't give up, as an amazing through ball from Mkhitaryan bamboozled the Lazio defenders there, as Lautaro only had Sommer to beat, which he did that. But Lazio didn't give up though. In the 79th minute, Ciro Immobile made sure that Lazio would win this match by scoring that goal just in the near post. Inter didn't give up actually. They scored that goal, that one goal, but Lazio were the ones that killed time. Marusic scored the potential goal and the official goal. that made them champions. But man, congratulations to Lazio. I'm not sure if they could win this in real life, if they are featured. But yeah. We're going to take a look at the match facts, obviously. But I'm pretty sure Inter... I mean, shots are kind of balanced. Not going to lie. But you got to take a look at the chances, bro. 8 shots on target for Lazio. 8 shots, 6 shots on target for Inter. They almost had it, but just wasn't enough. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Hope you really guys enjoyed this one. And we'll be back for our next episode. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back. And just as we witnessed, it was one of the craziest finals we have ever witnessed. But it had to be given to Lazio. They were the ones that dominated the first half here. They dictated their passes. And they had a clinical first half performance. But Inter, they didn't give up. In the second half, they actually scored 3 goals. But only for Lazio to score the 2 remaining goals to make sure that they were the ones to be crowned champions. But Inter, they actually didn't give up. The way they played, especially with a man down for the remainder of the 90 minutes or so, the remainder of the game, credit, just you have to give them a big, huge credit for that. Because obviously that goal from Barella really was the player that orchestrated that comeback. And then Lautaro Martinez scored 2 goals. He scored a brace. And they almost thought that Inter was going to pull that off. But Lazio, they killed enough time by scoring 2 goals. And they were the ones that were creating a lot of pressure on Jan Sommer too much. And that's how Lazio were eventually crowned as champions in the UEFA Cup here. We don't know if it's actually going to happen in real life, but this is going to be the predicted scoreline. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate you guys to like and subscribe to my channel, as this would give me a lot of huge support and motivation as well. So yeah, please support me in my upcoming adventures, because I really wanted to make sure that I'm really making you happy when I upload these videos for you guys. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It's Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.